Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Farhany Mayora and I am from Andalas University, majoring in English literature. On this occasion, I would like to explain my reading report about morphology, an intro to linguistic studies, with my lecturer, Mr. Hanafi, SS, and aptly PhD. Right, morphology. Morphology is the study of words. In Ratman Frumkin's book, morphology is the science of word forms. In linguistics, morphology is the study of form, structure, and the way in which words are related to other words of the same language. There are morphemes and words in morphology. A morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in a language that contains an element of a word that cannot be divided into smaller parts. So, in this case, word can be said as morpheme, but morpheme is not necessarily a word. For example, like in the word dogs. Dog specifies a particular kind of animal, and the consonant S in the word dogs is the nation of plurality. This time, I will discuss several kinds of morphemes. First, open morpheme versus closed morpheme, and the second, free morpheme versus bound morphemes. Open morphemes or content words is the morpheme that can be added to affixes. For example, like hope, we can add it fully behind the morphemes to become hopefully. Brother, we can add it as to become brothers. Tall, we can add it er to become taller. Okay, closed morpheme. Closed morpheme or function words is a morpheme that cannot be added to affixes. For example, like is, in, the, and he. If we added any affixes to them, there will be no meaning. Next, free morphemes and bound morpheme. Free morpheme is the morpheme that can stand on its own. For example, like walking and talking. If we remove the ing verb from them, they still have meaning. Those are talk and walk. Okay, now bound morpheme. Bound morpheme is a morpheme that must be attached to a free morpheme. For example, like forceful and dislike. Here, this and full have no meaning, so we must be attached to a free morpheme such as force and like to become forceful and dislike. Next, stem or root. Stems is made up of a root or a root plus other morphemes. A root is a basic part of word which carries fundamental meaning and cannot be further broken down. For example, like run, jump, lack, flick, and sheep. Next, we talk about affixation. Affixation is a morpheme that is attached to a word stem to form a new word or word form. Some of affixations are: first, prefixes. It occurs at the beginning of the word or stem. For example, like predetermined, unwilling, illegal. Okay, next, infixes. Infixes, it occurs in the middle of the stem, or the stem is between the affixations. For example, like unverifiable and unacceptability. Next, suffixes. Suffixes is an affix which plays after the stem. For example, like wonderful, clearly, action. Okay, now let's talk about words. Word is a unit of language consisting of one or more spoken sounds or their written representation that function as a principal carrier of meaning. Some class of words or word categories are: first, open class word, and the second, closed class words. Open class word divided into four: noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Closed class word divided into three: conjunction, article, and demonstrative. Okay, first, noun. Noun is a word that denotes itself. For example, like flower, animal, knife, and me. Second, verb. Verb is a word that shows an or some actions. For example, like go and speak. Those are dynamic verb. And think and love. Those are static verb. Third, adjective. Adjective is a word that used to describe a person, place, or thing. For example, like big, thin, clever, and beauty. And the last, adverb. Adverb is a word that can modify a verb, or it can be used to clarify a sentence. Adverb is divided into three. First, adverb of time, such as Sunday, 1st December 2020 at 7 o'clock. And next, adverb of place, such as on the way, in the school. And the last, adverb of manner, such as rainy, cloudy, and scary. Right, now close class word. First, conjunction. Conjunction is a part of speech that used to connect words, phrases, clauses, and sentence. For example, like but, or, and. Then, article. Article is a word that used before the noun to indicate the specified or unspecified one. For example, like a, and the. And the third, demonstrative. Demonstrative is a word that used to replace the original words in a phrase, sentence, or clause. For example, like the, these, those, that, and the. Okay, there are preposition, comparative, and quantifier in words. In words. Preposition is used to indicate the relationship between noun phrase and another parts of words. For example, like on, in, and at. Then, comparative is a word that used to compare a word to another. For example, like bigger, taller, better, and worse. And last, quantifier. Quantifier is a word that usually goes before the noun to express the quantity of an object. For example, like so many people here. I don't have much love again. Okay, now word formation. Word formation is a creation of new words from elements in the language. Right. For the last of this session, I will tell the differences between inflection and derivation. So, inflection is the morphological system for making word forms of words. And derivation is a morphological system for making new words. Alright, I think that's all that I can convey in this material today. If there are some mistakes, please forgive me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.